Yo, what's up guys, it is Regretful Turtle and welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this video I'm going to show you on how to make this hand grabbing some money. So now we're going to go ahead and get started. So now we're going to go ahead and start with the square. Okay, start off with a square and then make that square again and then turn it into a rectangle. Then we're going to grab another square and turn it into another rectangle, and this will be the thumb of the hand. And then we're going to go ahead and just keep on looking at the thumb. And we're going to grab that square, that thumb square, and then just turn it around and then just multiply it, duplicate it, and then just make multiples of them and just line them up like that. We're gonna make 4 of them because, you know, when you grab something you got 4 fingers and 1 thumb, so that's why. And then we changed colors so we could look at them separately without, you know, them blending in together. And then we're just gonna go ahead and manipulate the rectangle, the square of the hand, and just round the corners and hide that away. And now we're changing the thumb, just making it a bit smaller, and then we're grabbing the thumb again, copying it, rotating it, and then just turning it around to make the shape like this. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just this is the thumb, and really we're just playing with it to make it look like a thumb. We're gonna make it so it's pretty much the same width as the fingers, because we need it to look, you know, we need it to look like it's a part of the hand. And this is kind of a tough part. We're just really playing with all these little nodes right here, and this is really what you guys just gotta do, just play with this stuff. I can't show you exactly how to do it because, you know, I'm just doing more of a time lapse and I'm doing like a commentary. So this is the general concept of what you guys should be doing. And so now after we got the thumb all right, we're just gonna go ahead and bump the curves out of the hand like that, and then we're just gonna go grab that rectangle and then just push it in forward like that, and then just, you know, so it goes from wide to thin, and then just changing the color of the hand to make it like this brownish tannish color, you know, skin color. And then we're just gonna add strokes to everything, and then we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that portion of the thumb. We do that by grabbing we break the nodes apart, I guess, and then just delete one node, and now you have that broken piece. And now we're just adjusting the fingers, playing with the fingers, playing with the width, because not all your fingers are the same length or the thickness. So we're making the pinky thinner, we're making it shorter, and then we're making the other fingers longer, and we're making them a bit bit thinner as well. And then now we're doing the changes to the arm. And so, you know, adding the stroke, adding the color, and then we're just playing around with the nodes, getting the positioning of the hand correct. And we go ahead and play with the fingers again because they didn't look right, so we just gotta keep on playing them so it looks correct. And this is important. I am not very good at making hands, so I'm just playing around with it, and I really liked how this turned out. But yeah, and now I'm showing you guys how to do it because I learned one time and now I'm teaching. What? That's crazy. You can't do that. Well, I guess you can. Because it's a learning experience, and it's also just something I could look back upon. And so now we're grabbing this, what do you call it? We go ahead and adjusted one finger, and then, you know, made it pointed, and then we just deleted all the rest of the fingers, and then just duplicated and you know, make multiples of them. And now we're just adding the base colors, and we're going to go ahead and just make little differences so they don't all look the same, so they all look different. That way it looks like an actual hand. And we're making like a triangle point, so we got 3 nodes, one in the middle, and bring it down. And now we're adding curves to the fingers because fingers curve and they're not straight. Okay, fingers are not straight. And now here I'm just experimenting with certain looks. I don't like how it looks, so I go ahead. Actually, no, I did like how it looked, and I go ahead and merged and added the hand and the arm together. And now I'm adding little details by putting a stroke but on the end points of the hand and curving them up, and then just thinning one side of it with the pressure, the stroke pressure that Affinity Designer has built into it. And now I'm just adding little details to make it look more like a hand. And now that we have our base pretty much set, we're just going to start with the details and making minor adjustments to make the hand look a bit better and more like a hand. And so now we're just going to go ahead and grab fingers and add a point in the middle of the curve at the end, as you see there, and then we're just going to bump it in so it can be more finger-like. I don't know if that's the correct word or terms, but I'm using it. Finger-like, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and just keep on adding a stroke to the endpoints of the certain parts of the hand. So we'll go ahead and add these details, and now we're adding shadow to the fingers because, you know, it just make it look like, you know, your fingers make a shadow on your hand. So we're just going to go ahead and add that. And I used many references for this image, my own hand included, and some Google images. But now we're adding the shadows to the hands, to the fingers, and we're adding some points just to give it a bit more, what do you call it, a different look, more of a realistic look, or just to make it like to fool the eyes. Now we're adding the little finger folds, where your finger creases, we're adding the finger creases onto this hand we grab just one stroke, curve it around like that, and then just thin them out with the stroke pressure that Affinity Designer has built in. And now we're just copy and pasting them and adjusting the positioning and the sizes of them according to how thick or thin the finger is. All right. And so now we're going to go ahead and just make 2 rectangles for the mula, el dinero. And we're just going to go ahead and curve those square rectangles in and pull one edge out. And then we're just going to go ahead and just add some nodes. And we do one side, and then instead of doing it on the other side, we go ahead and just duplicate it and then just change that around, because it's just easier rather than starting from scratch. Just do one side, duplicate it, and then change it around so you have some differences in the sides. That way it doesn't look all like one. And after we get the foundation correct, we're just gonna go ahead and change the color to like this barfy green money color. Add the thickness of the stroke. We're doing 8-point thickness, I believe, and then we're just gonna go ahead and just play around so it looks like these 2 edges actually add up together. And now that we got this, once we get this base set of the money, we're just gonna go ahead and at first, we're playing with this part. I didn't like how it looked, so I got rid of it. And now we're going to go ahead and just add some more details. Playing around with this. This is where I just start really playing around with the hand and getting rid of details and adding details to see how I look. Now we're adding the creases of the money because, if you grab the money, it'll crease. So now we got to make that look like it's creasing. So we add strokes in the middle of the money. We add 2 of them on each side. We make one long and one short, and then we really curve it so it really looks, like you're grabbing it, like good. And then we're gonna go ahead and just look at that, look at our references, and then just go ahead and add a little bit more details to the hand. And we're gonna curve that out. I didn't like how it looked, so went back to just being straight. And then we're gonna go ahead and just play around with this some more. Just before we start adding details, you got to make sure your foundation is correct, or else it's not going to come out right. And just adding details to weird foundation set. So that's my take on making this kind of stuff. You just got to really focus on the foundation, on how things look first, and then add the details. And the details will really make your stuff pop. So now we're adding shadows to the hand. We grab the hand, pieces, and then we duplicate them and just subtract them using the subtract boolean operation that Affinity Designer has. And same thing with the money. You grab one part of the money, move it over, and then subtract it from itself, and then you get a certain shape. And we just use that as a shadow. We use the base color and then just turn it into a really dark version of it, like at 90 in the CMYK color spectrum. And now we're adding the highlights to the hand. Same concept. Grab a part of the hand, drag it over, duplicate it, cut it out using a subtract boolean, and then just using whatever shape is left, you grab it and put it underneath the strokes, and then you just bump it to a lighter color of whatever base color you are on. Simple as that. And here I tried doing, I don't know, the way I had to set it up, I had like this little gap. I will fix this in Photoshop later. I was like, oh, no big deal. I'll just fix it in Photoshop. Easy fix. But we just left that little thing right there. So now we're just doing the highlights with the fingers. Like I said, grab the shape, duplicate it, drag it over, subtract itself with itself, and make a lighter version or darker version of the base color of the hand. So now we're just doing this, and we go ahead and just play with this, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, honestly, that's pretty simple, I guess, once you learn how to do this. I'm just trying to help you guys kind of give you an idea of how to do this, and then you guys go ahead and just play around with it and see how it turned out, and let me know how it turned out for you guys, or let me know if this video was helpful or not. I don't know, I'm just trying to be helpful. I don't know how helpful I am being or not being by making this tutorial this way, kind of like a walkthrough while making speed art, or So now we're just adding more highlights, to where I think highlights would be, making this tear shaped image or thing. So yeah, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like my videos and you want to see more of them in the future, and let me know what you think. All right, see y'all later, and goodbye.